Hey guys, it's Michael Todd, and welcome to The.Cult.Of.Vintage. Today, we're back at one of my most favorite places, Retherford Farms. That's right, we're in Benton, Pennsylvania again. You guys, we got a barn full of treasures. We're gonna get inside, see if we can't find anything. I might have gotten a message saying, hey, I got some more Christmas in. Is Christmas 2 days away, 3 days away? Yes, by the time I post this video, we'll have already had Christmas. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year to you. I hope you had a wonderful time. That's not going to stop me from buying vintage Christmas. Oh, no, it's not. Let's get inside. Alrighty, guys, here we go on the inside. I have to say, out of all of the places that I have filmed, this red phone I'm obsessed with. I thought today was the day that I was going to buy it, but alas, I left it behind. We do see this very odd leather flask duck, kind of creepy, but that's okay. That's all right. But as I was saying, probably out of all of the places that I have filmed, this is one of the most relaxing and tranquil places that I have ever filmed it. There's just such a good energy and vibe about Rutherford's. I cannot recommend it enough. It's so fun to be outdoors, but yet indoors all at the same time. And there are some amazing pieces throughout, as you will see. For example, we do see this tea and biscuit jar set. Now, there was some damage here on the roof. It was repaired. The handle was inside. It was cute. I really wasn't feeling it. It wasn't funky enough for me. But here you're going to get an overview shot. Again, the beauty of the barn. I just love being in here. Now we do see some aluminum apples. This is a canister set. There would have been a fourth one. These are kind of very light, but yet at the same time, it would take up a lot of space to ship. Now, I do see this Hull, Hull, piggy bank. Of course, he's in the brown drip glaze. I absolutely love him. I know that the brown drip glaze isn't all that popular. However, I thought that this was an unusual piece in the glaze. I've never seen it before. Of course, you do see the duck planter there. I did decide to go ahead and leave the duck behind. It wasn't unique enough for me. Here we've got a vintage wooden artist mannequin. Of course, you know these were used by artists. They would kind of contort them into various poses so it would kind of help them capture the human form. I did decide to go ahead and pick this up because I do have an art project that I kind of want to try out. That's right. You see them. I see them. It is the Sears and Roebuck, the Merry Mushroom canister set. It is complete with the salt and pepper shakers. There are a few other pieces. Of course, there's the spice rack, the napkin holder, there's the butter dish. However, these were the ones that were present. They were in really good condition. On the pepper shaker, I believe it is, there is some paint flecking on the top of the orange mushroom, but overall, excellent condition. I got an amazing price on them, so I did decide to go ahead and pick them up. And again, here we are. Yep, these are USA pottery. I think that these are Hull. I may be mistaken on that, but we do see some of the mushroom salt and pepper shaker, so I did decide to go ahead and pick those up. And Sarah, thank you very much. I do appreciate it. Here we have a Thames. This one was kind of tucked away and hidden, and she busted them out for me. It is a red deer with black spots. Obviously, it is part of a chain gang, so they are missing their babies. However, I thought that the piece itself was unique enough to definitely warrant wanting to pick up. Don't you just love it? I just love the view of this barn, all of the things stacked together. I don't know what it is. It's the sunlight coming through the beams. You're seeing some lens flare there. I love it. Oh, just to view it. It's very calming and tranquil. It was a cold day. I'm not going to lie to you. It was really blustery. So it was a little bit of an adventure. My fingers did start to go numb. I can't lie. But you know what? As crazy as it sounds, it really did add to the experience. Here we've got a little cabinet full of all kinds of littles. Now we do see, of course, some not Hummels, well, Goebel, I guess. These aren't technically Hummels. And the first thing that I did see, of course, were these little bisque angels. They very much look like they were going to be Napco. However, it turns out they were, in fact, Lego. They were made in Japan, of course, but those eyelashes really made me think that they were going to be Napco. Now, we do have some Fenton blue satin glass. These are the Kissing Children. We do have one of the older paper tags on the bottom of the boy. So we do decide to go ahead and pick those up, and next to them we've got some of the iridescents. Now these are a little bit newer, 70s, 80s. Now there is no stamp on the bottom. I believe it is on his side. He is one of the praying children. And of course we've got this beautiful green. Now it is a little opalescent. I love this teal, aqua-y kind of color. No, I'm going to go with teal with the little butterfly attached. Of course, it is an angel. Very 80s. Do I think it's the most desirable of pieces? No, but do I think that it speaks to a certain nostalgia? Yes, I absolutely do. And here, of course, I'm pulling up the Global. These are stamped West Germany. I love the fact that he's trying to keep the candle flame from going out. So I did decide to go ahead and pick up all of the angels. Now, I am seeing some of the smaller figurines here. These are ornaments. They were, in fact, ceramic. Now, these were from the 80s and 90s. So, again, I do think that they speak to a certain nostalgia for a lot of people. However, I did decide to go ahead and leave the ornaments behind. I really didn't think that they were unique enough for me to want to get. However, the angels really did speak to me. So, I did decide to go ahead and get all of the angels as well as the Lego and, of course, the Fenton iridized. These Gobles, you can't see it very well. However, they are imprinted. Part of the mold is 67, 68, and 69. So they are definitely vintage. Even the 80s, as crazy it is vintage. So again, we're seeing a nice little overview of the barn, and look at the pile. I've barely made it into the barn, and we've got an amazing score going on already. So it was just the best time ever. I really did have an amazing time. So again, we're just going to kind of check it out. I want to give you guys as much of the ambiance as I can possibly pick up here. I just love it. I think it's an amazing experience, and I really do enjoy coming here and sharing the pick with you guys. Again, just giving you an overview. I'm really glad the camera seems to be picking it up very well. Now, I did snag a basket here to kind of keep the smaller stuff safe. I did leave the larger stuff out, and we are going to actually head down to the shed. Sarah just did a clean out, so there were a lot of boxes that haven't made it up yet into the barn. So we're going to head down here and we're going to go through a lot of those boxes. Now, during the fall time, you are going to see, when we did this before, there's like a lot of pumpkins and gourds and haystacks and corn, a lot of the autumnal, very organic kind of material to decorate with, carve your pumpkins, make your squash. But it's winter, so what better way to supplement than with some creepy doll head stuck on a spike? That's right, we love it. I love a good sense of humor. And talking about a good sense of humor, most of this did come from one individual, and bless her, she was definitely a hobbyist. She loved making interesting things like this Santa Claus here. It very much reminded me of a loofah sponge, so I kind of left it behind because I was like, oh, it made me a little uncomfortable because I couldn't help but kept thinking somebody bathed with it. I mean, they didn't, but it's just, it kind of triggered that sentiment in me. I don't know really what that says about me. I think that speaks more to me than, the individual who made it. Now, I am seeing this amazing little wired bud vase here, and we do have some blown glass leaves on them. Obviously, it is clear they are wired on. There was some damage to it. A couple of the glass vines, I guess I'm going to call it, you see me touching it there, were broken off. It is overall in really good condition. I think that would make an excellent display piece still, especially for dried flowers. I don't know that I would really want to put water in it, though you could. I think having dried florals in that would really make that pop. So here you're seeing a lot of the tubs. A lot of the tubs, again, are full of part of the clean out. Now we are going to go through them here in just a little bit. It was definitely an adventure. You never knew what you were going to pull out. You could see through some of them, obviously with the clear here. So yeah, it was definitely a treasure hunt, and I was totally down for it. Seeing a little bit of a Fenton bell there in the cranberry glass. I'm not too big on the bells. I think some of them are really cool. Most of them kind of like. "Rrr." Now here we do have a box of Christmas. Now I'm kind of surprised at myself that I didn't pick up those plastic doilies. I mean, it is plastic Christmas. It just, I don't know, it wasn't speaking to me. I really want to try to be very selective as we're going throughout the course of the year now that we're not in full swing of the Christmas. I mean, look at this disco elf though. I mean, glitter. They're weird and unique. I think that again, in full Christmas mode, I probably would have picked them up, but I'm really trying to pick up some really unique or high end things for a Christmas sale. Planning on doing like a month of July Christmas sale. Here we've got was a very Laverne and Shirley Boo Boo Kitty. And I thought, is this a Boo Boo Kitty though? And the Boo Boo Kitty was actually made by Doll Craft. It was in fact the one that was used in the show. Obviously it was a black version. It is extraordinarily similar to this. The head sculpt is different. I went back and forth and looking at it on images on eBay to kind of determine if this was a lavender version. I didn't find a tag on it. This celluloid doll here did. I've actually picked these up in the past and they haven't really done all that well for me. So I did decide to go ahead and leave that one behind. Here we've got like a little, oh, what do you call it? Like a pajama bag. So she was hollow down below so you could stick your pajamas in there. This little tomcat here, I think he's adorable and kind of like the pleather of the vinyl. There was no tag to him, so I don't think that he was a dream pet. I think there was another manufacturer of these that made a little bit nicer ones, if you will. Here we do see a knitted tree skirt. I'm kind of shocked at myself that I didn't pick this one up. It was in beautiful condition. It was unique. However, I've really never really sold a tree skirt before because it's so specific. I think a lot of people already have them. And they kind of have like a lot of sentiment attached to, their tree skirt. It very much is part of the tree, kind of like the ornaments, and it's odd to want to replace that. So I did leave that one behind. Now, I did find one of these previously before. A lot of people will call them a last rites. They are, it's a very Catholic thing. Obviously, the crucifix that does have their candles. It's got the celluloid wrapping with the holy water bottle, and it does, of course, have the directions. This is made to be mounted on a wall, or you can take the crucifix and stick it up here on the end, and the candles do go in the holes there. So, and it all slides back down underneath. So, I think that it is more of an altar necessarily than a last rites. Now here we do find a Frigidish. It is in, this is federal glass. It is obviously in the amber. It doesn't have the highest resale value. However, it was in really good condition. I don't typically find those, especially with the lid or uncracked or chipped. So I did decide to go ahead and pick that one up. Here again, I think that this is federal. It isn't an aqua glass. I really wasn't sold on the pattern. I think it was cute. I liked the color, but the pattern itself, it really just wasn't jumping out at me. So we do pick up that federal again. Now, there are a lot of the polystone or like the resin kind of figurines and angels. And underneath that, I did in fact see this ceramic dwarf. And I was like, well, of course I'm going to get you, little dwarf. And then I'm like, well, who else is in here? Look at him. Absolutely adorable. It is sculpted by Joan. Joan from 1976 did in fact do this. So I was like, wait a minute, do I see another one? And I was like, oh my gosh, I see another one. It's another dwarf. I'm like, holy moly. Okay, okay. So he's kind of like a little shelf sitter. I have a hard time saying the word sitter. Yeah, sometimes it comes out a different kind of way. I'm practicing, folks. I'm practicing. And look, there's a third one. I'm like, oh my gosh, there's like a whole village of dwarves in here. They're each unique. They're all adorable. I love them. Again, Joan did them. They were all signed, kind of scratched into the bottom of them. All of them are from 1976. So they're a little bit older than I am, thankfully. But they are in amazing condition. There's no paint loss on any of them. Look at him baring his teeth. I'm like, but are you really sleeping, or are you just trying to be seductive and sexy? I don't know. It seems that the owner had like these little flocked animals with them. I wasn't too sold. I mean, he looks very sad though, I will say. And I was like, oh, there's these blocks of wood. I'm not sure how I feel about the blocks of wood. And then, indeed, oh yes, we found another one. Some of these poses are a bit suggestive. I don't know. Here we got a little redhead. He's adorable. I just absolutely love these. I was super stoked. You guys, we found a total of 7 ceramic drawers. Look at him with his little booty in there and little patch on him. Adorable. This one here, sleeping. I love the colorway on this one. I think these are absolutely darling. I am so thrilled to have been able to have found them. Now, it does turn out that one of the logs was, in fact, for the one that I was pointing at, the green and the yellow, for him to sit on. So I did pick up one of the logs. Now, here you're going through one of the trunks. It was jam packed full. It is a lot of religious iconography. So I can't but help think that the original owner was, they were probably Catholic. They did love, again, a lot of the Catholic imagery, crucifix, the angels. It can be a hard sale depending on the item. Now, some of the more unique pieces, like the at-home altar that I picked up, those definitely do well. However, there's just like a quote-unquote angel, unless it's by a well-known manufacturer, typically don't. Now here, this was an interesting box. It was full of more modern bisque dolls, and talking about shelf sitters. We've got like these little flowers. They're like it's like a poly resin, poly stone. They've got like the little dangly feet here. We've got a little sunflower. I'm not gonna lie, some of these kind of creeped me out. Their faces, I was like, oh, you're weird. This little like tulip here, it was cute. This one had cute eyes. I was really debating about whether I was going to get any of these. I didn't know if you guys would like them. I did ultimately. This one is this sunflower. I was like, what are you doing, sir? Um, so I'm kind of pulling out. I don't know. I liked the yellow ones for some reason. Like those were definitely speaking to me. And then I saw this little blue one, and he's got like another little flower on him. I thought the tiny little face was cute with a huge smile on it. Though it is a little creepy now that I'm looking at it on film. I will say in real life the blue one isn't as creepy. The little rose here, she did seem, some of them had like these wire armature legs and whatnot, and some of them had like the corded like legs. I don't know. They're so weird. They're floppy and flowery and kind of freaky. So what I did ultimately decide to go ahead and do was pick up my 3 favorites, and my 3 favorites were the 2 yellow flowers and the 1 blue. They do make a motley crew, but cute. And inside was this fur dog and her puppy. These were, in fact, made with real goat skin. I ultimately did leave it behind. I think that they're cute. It was very soft, but it just, I don't know. I don't know. I think probably somebody out there would absolutely love it. But the risk is that, and there's a Jesus doll. Is that person going to be there during the sale to want to sell it? So it was a risk that I didn't quite want to take today. So yeah, the dog got left behind. But again, you're seeing a lot of like the very 80s kind of bisque dolls. So we did leave them behind there. And that gray poodle doll, that's kind of creepy. Oh, and I saw another flower and I was like, oh, let me check you out. And I was like, nah. Here is a very large trunk. I'm going to tell you right now, I couldn't figure out how to get it open. It's definitely secure. I was like, I did have to set the camera down because I was like, what is going on? Alrighty, and up next, I know that you guys really love the Home Co. I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm not the biggest fan of the Home Co. However, these three little elves were absolutely adorable. They were all making their toys. I love the one that is doing the little doll right here. I mean, how cute is that? And the little other one, I guess he's checking the naughty and nice list. And then I did find three of the Santa mice. They were in semi in their packaging, so I did decide to go ahead and pick those up. And here, look at these. Oh my gosh, look at how cute this is. You guys, that bat, it's like a giant pom-pom, and you can actually press on it. I would assume it made some kind of like woo kind of noise, you know what I mean? You I'm gonna leave that in the voiceover. I am. But the batteries are dead, so I do want to change out the battery. But this is so cute, isn't it? And then I'm like, oh my gosh, this lady was on point. And then I flipped over another one. Look at this ghost. Look, it's like a little kid dressed up as a ghost. Look at those lashes. Holy moly. The little sneakers out there, the little patchwork detail. It's absolutely adorable. And then tucked up inside is actually a ceramic ball cap that goes on top. I was like, okay, Halloween, what's going on? I was like, Christmas. And I'm freaking out over the Halloween. Now we do see this little witch mold. She's cute. I did run a quick comp on her to see if maybe she was a rare sculpt. She is not. She is vintage. I decided to leave her behind. I don't know. I didn't really like it. Now this guy here is the last piece that we are going to pick it up. It is a Yowzi. He's super hard. I have not been able to find him. But you guys, that is it. We're going to go ahead and wrap it up in the car. Woo! It's a little chilly out here today. You're gonna have to excuse me. What an amazing adventure it always is. I certainly didn't expect to find so many hobbyist pieces. That was a huge score. All of the mushrooms, that was amazing. Amazing time here at Retherford's, as it always is. It's always a great pleasure to be able to stop by, and there's just something magical. So again, if you guys have the opportunity, Benton, Pennsylvania, it is well worth it. You will meet Sarah, the owner, very welcoming and gracious. I cannot recommend it enough. I'm going to turn the car on and get some heat. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and until next time, remember, keep it rusty, crusty, and dusty. Bye, guys.